Hey guys, it's PoxiiPro. Welcome to another Elden Ring guide. Today I'm going to be talking about the item, the Misbegotten Bow. And this guide is pretty much going to be about its moveset, arrows it can use, like kind of all the basics of the weapon and how you can actually get it. So to start out, I'm going to show you guys how to get the Misbegotten Shortbow. Unfortunately, in the game, it can only come from one source, which is pretty much killing enemies, a certain type of enemy that can drop it. And most of them are at Castle Morn. I don't know if there's other locations where you can get the shortbow from, but this is the one that I used to farm, and it was pretty efficient since there's a grace right here and you just run across this bridge. So I'll show you guys right now. If you've not come to this area yet, this is where the grace is on the map. You want to go all the way to Castle Morn at the bottom of the map, and for reference, this is the starting zone where you first start, and then you somehow get over this way through this path. And then eventually you can get down and you can find this grace right here beside the rampart. And then we just cross this bridge and there's going to be an enemy that can drop it pretty conveniently. I'll demonstrate it with I'll just use my arrows, why not? And then there's also some smoldering butterflies here that you can farm at the same time, so you can stock up if you're making fire arrows. So right here, there is an enemy right across from us. Oops, let me two-hand this. That one right there, and that's the one that can drop the bow. The one to the left is not really relevant, but it will aggro if you pass the bridge. So from here, we can probably just snipe. Oh. And this guy will take flight soon. There we go. And then no drop. And just like that, we go back to the grace and we reset. And that's pretty much the farm path. It took me about 20 minutes to get it, so it's not too bad. There are certain ways to increase getting the bow. I believe if you have more arcane, you get more discovery. In turn, that gives you like more of a drop chance. And then also there's items that you can consume, which I don't have any of, that can give you a higher drop chance as well. At the base rate, without any of those buffs, is like a 2% chance drop rate at 100 discovery, so that is pretty low. Right now my discovery is 109, so it's a little bit higher than a 2% drop rate for me. But yeah, still overall pretty low chance to get it. And this bow has all of the standard moveset as the other short bows. Like, it's a fast firing one, so you can do the jump shot combo, which is where you jump, shoot, land, shoot. You still have the aiming with it, the aiming shot. You still have the back, like the roll shot, the back pedal shot. It's pretty much got all the standard moves on it. It is a light bow weapon, so it's going to be using the barrage effect instead of the mighty shot. And this one, you are allowed to put different ashes of war on it, so if you wanted, you could put like mighty shot on it. I don't know if you'd want to do that though. Let's see, what's really popular out there is actually putting like the volley weapon art on this one, where like it rains down like 10 different arrows and it only consumes one arrow, and that's really good for applying status effects. This bow does have a bit better damage scaling in terms of these stats, but the downside is that it does have less range than the other short bows. So this one's range is 25 and this one is 29 for the red branch short bow, and then the basic short bow is also 29. So for a short bow, it does have a little bit less range. This is one of the better short bows. I don't think it's the best short bow in the game, but it's definitely good for the middle to late game because the scaling is pretty decent. So I think this is a good mid-game light bow. It also scales with strength and dex. Right now it has a D and a E in strength and dex at the base level. But most bows don't scale very well when you start leveling them up, and most of your damage actually comes from the arrows that you use. So I would say just using the arrows from merchants or even crafted arrows will be more beneficial than trying to put a bunch of stats into strength or dex just to boost the damage of this weapon. But overall, I think even though you do lose a bit of range, it's really good for the bit of extra damage that you can squeeze out of this thing. So I would probably use it as a decent mid-game short bow over like the standard short bow, or maybe and even over probably the red branch short bow, because this doesn't do as much damage. As you can see, 65 plus 10 compared to the Misbegotten Shortbow at base stats, and also the scaling is not as good on strength. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comment section below. If you have any positive or negative feedback, also let me know, that way I can improve. But otherwise, Until next time.